Co-teaching. The University of St. Thomas School of Education uses co-teaching as our model for student teaching. We want to provide a process that enhances the experience for all involved, students, teaching candidates, and cooperating teachers. A key component is that co-teaching enables teaching candidates to engage directly with students from the beginning of the experience. What is co-teaching? Co-teaching is an attitude of sharing the classroom and K-12 students. The thought process for both individuals is that we're both teaching. In a traditional model, teacher candidates, student teachers, spend the first few weeks observing before gradually taking responsibility for teaching. Co-teaching encourages candidates to be active in the classroom from the first day. What does co-teaching in student teaching look like? Co-teaching looks like two teachers working together with groups of students and sharing the planning, organization, delivery, and assessment of instruction and physical space. Teacher candidates work collaboratively with their cooperating teachers throughout the entire experience. Co-teaching is not a way to hide weak candidates. It's not a less rigorous student teaching experience. It's not used to teach every lesson. And it's not simply dividing the tasks and responsibilities between two teachers. Co-teaching is a way to better meet K-12 student needs. It's a way for teacher candidates and cooperating teachers to enhance their communication and collaboration skills and to build strong relationships that provide both support and professional development for both co-teaching partners. It's a way for teacher candidates to have more opportunities to teach. And it's also a way to induct and mentor teacher candidates into the profession. Both cooperating teacher and the teacher candidate are actively involved and engaged in all aspects of instruction. However, co-teaching allows a gradual release of responsibility, with the teacher candidate taking on more and more responsibilities every week. When it's time for the teacher candidate to do full-time teaching and to take full responsibility for planning, instruction, and assessment, the cooperating teacher continues as a supporting partner. For example, the teacher candidate may plan to have the cooperating teacher work one-on-one or in a small group with the students. During the 2 to 3 weeks of full-time teaching, the teacher candidate is the lead teacher. In the world of student teaching, we have heard cooperating teachers express concerns that they've had to give up their classrooms to teacher candidates too much and too often. With co-teaching, the classroom teacher does not give up their classroom. They are partners with their student teacher in lesson planning, instruction, and assessment. There are benefits for co-teaching. The cooperating teacher remains engaged in the classroom throughout the experience. There's a learning that improves because of lower student-to-teacher ratio. Co-teaching provides for another set of eyes to watch and help problem solve. It provides flexibility to try things cooperating teachers would not be able to do alone. It provides collaboration in classroom and lesson planning, and also gives the cooperating teacher a chance to do some modeling and guidance with classroom management. There are more opportunities for differentiation with co-teaching. Co-teaching can better meet the needs of today's students in classrooms by reducing the student-teaching ratio, increasing instructional options for all students, varying instructional styles, increasing student engagement time, and increasing student participation levels. Our motto at St. Thomas for co-teaching is off your seat and on your feet. So why do we use co-teaching? Based on research, co-teaching improves K-12 student learning. When comparing MCA reading and math achievement scores for students in grades 1 through 6, gains were greater for students in co-taught classrooms than in classrooms with one teacher. Co-teaching has been used successfully at every grade level and in every subject area. A major benefit is that candidates are collaborating with cooperating teachers who work side by side to help build the skills and confidence novice teachers need to be successful in today's ever-changing classroom. The St. Cloud State University co-teaching model incorporates these 7 strategies adapted from the work of Marilyn Friend and Lynn Cook. There's no hierarchical order for implementing these strategies. Teaching pairs determine where strategies would best fit within the curriculum or daily schedule. Strategies may be used individually or in combination. The goal of co-teaching is for both teachers to be actively engaged with students and their learning. These are the strategies: 1 teach, one observe or drift. Team teaching, one teach, one assist. Station teaching, parallel teaching, supplemental teaching, and differentiated alternative teaching. Although the strategies may be combined to best meet student needs, it's preferable to begin by defining each strategy, establishing a common language, and practicing them. Once both the student-teacher candidate and cooperating teacher have an understanding of each strategy's benefits, they may combine them in ways that best meet the student's needs. And keep in mind, the co-teaching does not necessarily happen with every lesson. These are the definitions for each of the strategies. One teach, one observe, a model where one co-teacher leads the lesson while the other co-teacher makes detailed observations of students engaged in learning. Team teaching, a model where both co-teachers deliver instruction simultaneously and instruction becomes more than turn-taking. One teach, one assist or drift. This is a model where one co-teacher takes primary responsibility to lead the lesson while the other co-teacher circulates around the room assisting students when needed. Station teaching, a model where both content and students are divided between stations and students rotate from one co-teacher station to another. Parallel teaching. This is a model where both co-teachers instruct the same information, but they divide the class into two groups and conduct the lessons simultaneously. In supplemental teaching, they use a model which allows one teacher to work with students at their expected grade level, while the other teacher works with those students who need the information and/or materials retaught, extended, or remediated. Differentiated or alternative instruction is a model where one co-teacher completes a planned lesson with a large group, while the other co-teacher completes an alternative lesson or the same lesson taught at a different level. We're going to show you a few co-teaching strategies with examples for you. For one teach, one observe, a teacher might be teaching a math lesson while the other teacher observes and records participation. In team teaching, both instructors can share the reading of a story or a text so that the students are hearing two voices. One teach, one assist or drift. While one teacher is teaching math, the teacher assisting can be drifting throughout the classroom, keeping students on task and focusing on individual students who need more help. In station teaching, one teacher might lead a station where the students play a money math game. The other teacher's station might be a mock restaurant where the students purchase food and make change. And one station might be students working independently on content-related work. Parallel teaching. Both teachers are leading a question and answer discussion on specific current events and the impact they have on our economy, but they are in two groups. Supplemental teaching. One teacher instructs the class using the grade level text, while another teacher works with students who need reteaching of a concept or students who need enrichment. Differentiated or alternative instruction looks like one teacher who may lead a group in predicting prior to reading by looking at the cover of the book or the illustrations. The other teacher accomplishes the same outcome, but with his or her group, the students predict by connecting the items pulled out of the bag with the story. Here are some ways to configure your classroom to support each model of co-teaching. If possible, the co-teaching strategies will be more effective if you can create seating or classroom space to support the process. You'll notice that in parallel teaching, the students are divided into two groups and are each facing the teacher, so they are not looking at each other. In alternative teaching, or also in differentiated and parallel, you might have the students at a separate table. The important thing is to try to configure the room to best fit the co-teaching model. In any event, we believe co-teaching is the process that will best support all learners in the classroom during the student teaching experience. If you have any questions about co-teaching, be sure to talk with your college supervisor or read the section on co-teaching in the Student Teaching Handbook. Thank you for participating in this co-teaching module. We hope you have a colossal student teaching experience. And thank you for incorporating co-teaching into your classroom as you work with our St. Thomas teacher candidates.